the growing number of unvaccinated people that are dying from COVID. How does it make you feel? Cases of COVID-19 have tripled over the past 3 weeks, and people being put in the hospital. Only because I can't say hospitalizations.
You just said it.
Oh, God. Wow, I did it.
Yeah, you said it.
In Jesus' name, I was praying, boy. I was tight when I got to that word. I said people being put in the hospital. Yeah, and listen, and deaths are rising among unvaccinated people. A Birmingham doctor shared on Facebook how she has been able to convince people to take the vaccine, and her post has gone viral.
Yeah, man. Here's what Dr. Brittany Kabaya's post says. I made a lot of progress encouraging people to get vaccinated lately. I'm admitting young, healthy people to the hospital with very serious COVID infections. One of the last things they do before they're intubated is beg me for the vaccine. I hold their hand, and then I tell them I'm sorry, but it's too late. A few days later, when I call time death, I hug their family members, and I tell them the best way to honor their loved one is to go get vaccinated and encourage everyone they know to do the same.
Rock, I want you to go back. Go back to that bowl. Go back. Started. I made a lot of progress encouraging people to get vaccinated. That people really need to hear that again. Start at do you. Listen to this. Right there.
Where you at?
Do you want to know how?
Absolutely. I'm admitting young, healthy people to the hospital with very serious COVID infections. One of the last things they do before they're intubated is beg me for the vaccine.
And she said what?
I hold their hand. I tell them that I'm sorry, but it's too late. A few days later, when I call time of death, I hug their family members, and I tell them the best way to honor their loved one is to go get vaccinated and encourage everyone they know to do the same. And then they cry. Then they tell them that they didn't know. They thought it was a hoax. They thought it was political. They thought because they had a certain blood type of a certain color skin, they wouldn't get sick. They thought it was just the flu, but they were wrong. And they wish they could go back, but they can't. So they thank me, and they go get their vaccine. And I go back to my office, write their death note, and say a small prayer that this loss will save more lives.
So how does the growing number of unvaccinated people dying from COVID make you feel? Do the deaths hit differently now? Do you feel sorry for them or their families because they believe misinformation? Hit us up at 866-9-RICKEY, 866-9-RICKEY. It's real. I just had a real text exchange with my oldest daughter yesterday that hadn't been vaccinated, and I just texted her this morning. I said, you got 24 hours to get vaccinated, and like I'm not playing. I cut off all finance. I'm not playing, and what they're doing is my younger kids listen to their older brother who's a conspiracy theorist on anything or whatever. And I told my youngest son, I said, I take care of you. I'm your parent. I'm your dad. You know what I'm saying? I have your best interest. I wouldn't tell my own son to go and do something. My son, yes, sir, he went on down there and he got a shot and he's done with it. My daughter, she said she got her first shot or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do what I tell you to do because I know this stuff. I hang with Dr. Collier. We good friends. And we talk about this all the time. All these black doctors did not go to HBCUs only to get black folks killed. That's crazy.
Man, I'm experiencing the same thing, Rick, that you just described. I'm dealing with that as we speak right now.
Right. But when they hold it, it's too late to get the vaccine, right, when you're getting ready to get on a incubator. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that.
If you're one of those people that's still confused or really don't understand, just look at it like this. It's real simple. Before the vaccines, thousands and thousands of people were dying because it is COVID-19.
Numbers don't lie.
After the vaccines,
the death rate
continues to go up for people who has not been vaccinated. So that alone right there is just kind of a common sense type thing, man. Just get vaccinated.
The numbers just don't lie.
Absolutely.
And the only people that are hospitalized now are the unvaccinated.
The ones that's not vaccinated.
Yeah, because you'll get COVID or whatever, but you might be asymptomatic, but you're not going to get into the disease state of the of coronavirus. Let's go to the calls. Good morning.
I feel like that it's due to the conspiracy theories and the misinformation. I am a healthcare worker that's been working the whole pandemic, and people need to get vaccinated. It is important for people to get vaccinated. It is important to our kids. It is important to our whole world that we continue to get vaccinated because, as we all know, viruses continue to mutate. So some protection is better than none.
This is Shellin from Springfield, Ohio, and I really think that people should get vaccinated. I was one that refused to do it, but because I want to take a cruise, I went on and got that. But it is about these kids not being able to get vaccinated, and they don't have a solution to that situation yet. I think that everybody need to think about these kids and going and get vaccinated, because if they get flu shots, what's wrong with getting something that's going to save your life? And it's about living today.
I'm thinking maybe that a lot of people are not getting vaccinated because we are told that the vaccines are not FDA approved. And I'm just wondering, how can they force, like people in the medical field, force people to take the vaccine or strongly urge people to take the vaccine, and it's not FDA approved?
It is. That's
Can
not
I respond
true.
to that? Because me and Dr. Collier were just having a text back and forth about this yesterday. The FDA approval process it's a bureaucratic process. It's not that the vaccine hasn't been thoroughly tested.
Right.
It's that it's a bureaucratic and now somewhat of a political process, and it's time consuming. And even once they approve it, so what you're saying is you don't trust the government until the government tells you can trust the government. It doesn't make sense.
Right. All right, y'all. Let us know what you think. Y'all hit us up on our Facebook page, man. So if you didn't get in this morning, we want to continue this conversation. Go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com or hit us up on social media.